my dad bought me the Marshall Mathers LP when I was like 10 years old, and that changed my life. I thought it was so cool that there was like this, you know, I mean, I didn't know how old he was, but I assumed that he was younger at the time. You know, this person sort of, you know, going against the grain a little bit, and I really appreciated that, even though now I listen back to the album and I can't believe that they bought me that when I was 10 years old. My parents always bought me a lot of albums, though. The Cranberries, the No Doubt albums, you know, all that stuff. They took me to see Blink-182 when I was 9 for my birthday. And yeah, I kind of always listened to a bunch of different stuff, different genres and stuff like that. And, you know, I played the flute for 10 years. So all through school I studied music like that. And yeah, I guess it was always something I was kind of into. It was the explicit one. They didn't mean to get the explicit one, but they did. That part was accidental, so at least they tried, but yeah, it was explicit. I really look up to Karen O a lot. I always looked up to Kurt Cobain, even though he's obviously a male. I thought he was amazing. And I was young too, you know, when that whole thing was going on and stuff. Who else? I really like Elton John. Obviously, he's amazing. And the Cataracs, you know, who do all my production and stuff. I was a fan of theirs before I started making music with them. And I thought they were really refreshing and down to earth, and, you know, they were like the boys over, like, go next door and just eat some burritos. And they happened to have, like, music on the radio. I thought that was really cool. Well, G6 getting as big as it did definitely, you know, did a lot for me, I guess. Being that it was like triple platinum or something, I think, you know. It was huge, pretty much. And my voice is on it like a million trillion times throughout the song. That was amazing for me. You know, it was cool because it put me in this place where everybody heard me, but they didn't really know who I was. So it gave me a lot of opportunity without, I guess, sort of it being like an unrealistic amount of attention. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got to start traveling all over and touring, and I got a record deal, and I'm working on my album right now. So, like a G6 definitely, I guess, changed everything. Yeah, I was working at Old Navy, doing logistics, and I'm really good at folding t-shirts. I worked there for 2 years. And I was going to a junior college, and I was swimming a little bit there. I was a swimmer for 14 years. Yeah, and I was just living at home still. I think I was like 19 or 20 when I decided to move to LA. So I was still living at home in Manteca. And I told my parents, okay, I'm going to quit school and my job, and I'm leaving. And they probably thought I was absolutely insane. But they supported me. And I left everything, pretty much, and moved in with the Cataracs. It was nuts. My parents are young. My mom's, like, I think, going to be 40 this summer. So I'm sure that was a little strange for them, I guess, added pressures or stress of just, you know, I mean, I could only imagine. I have 2 little sisters as well, so I'm sure everybody kind of, you know, where I come from, not a lot of people do things like that. You know, it's like, I'm from, like, suburbia, you know, which is cool, but people are sort of comfortable with living like that. And everybody was like, oh, like, Dev's gonna go try to work on music. Oh, okay, you know. And then G6 popped off. They play amazing music. I don't care what anybody says. That was my favorite thing about working there, was the music that they played. I haven't been back in an Old Navy in a long time. I get, like, emotional. I'm so whack. Yeah, I can't walk in there. It makes me sad.